The wait is over. Illuvium is officially out. Look at this beauty of a game. Can you believe this is a Web3 game? To be honest, it already looked good in the beta stages. And it still looks good. One of the things Illuvium has going for itself is one of the most good-looking crypto games out there. Apart from that, now with the official launch, they have shown us the story. Illuvium story. I have woken up and my guy has amnesia. He's no idea what has happened and we're stranded on this planet. So our main goal is to get off this planet. Now, on the planet, there are some creatures named Illuvials. When you capture them, they're NFTs that can be sold on the marketplace. But Illuvium is not just this one game, it is 3 games in one. You have Illuvium Overworld, which is what we're playing right now, Illuvium Arena, which we'll jump into later, and Illuvium Zero, which is a game that's available for PC but also for phones. Now, over on our Telegram group, we have the Illuvium chat that I have opened. In the chat, one of the community members has sent this from pre-season 1. They have grinded 126 hours to get 6.64 ILV tokens. They have played in pre-season 1, which lasted 2 months, and they have gotten 6.64 ILV tokens. Now, at the time of recording this video, ILV, Illuvium's token, is trading at $67. We all know that the all-time high was much larger. It was almost 2,000 per coin. We're going to talk about the price later, although the chart doesn't look too bad at the moment. It actually looks good. So 6.64 tokens equals to $447. So the airdrop is not too shabby at all. Now, there's 180,000 more tokens to be airdropped, which at current prices is just above $12 million. There was some quick math with the inspector, and we have pinned this website on the Telegram group so you can always access it. This is where you're going to be able to see the daily missions for the airdrop. You also have the weekly missions. So we have missions in all 3 games. If you're just on your phone, you don't have a PC, you can just play Illuvium Zero. Or if you're like me and you're a PC gamer, you can play Overworld and you can also play Arena. I will mostly stick to Overworld, but there's something for everybody in here. And here I'm going to be able to follow my season points, what kind of multiplier I have. I literally just started the game. I finished the tutorial almost. The tutorial is not even fully done just yet. We're supposed to get to the mission board, check out the terminal, and try to capture some more Illuvials. The movement is one of the best things in this game. Oh, it's an NPC. Hello there, Kiko. How you doing? You good, buddy? It's all quiet on the island, you say? All right, well, let's change that. Here's some noise. I like them apples. Still quiet? Still quiet, I guess. All right, Kiko, you do you. So we can also see the tasks for the overworld here in our mission section. We got the weekly and the daily quests. So one of the daily quests is to capture a tier 2 Illuvial, and it's going to give me 800 points. Something a little bit easier, I think, is to gather 3 Flora balls. So I can just go to stage 0, which is for free, and do this quest. So we're going to do that one. And then also common nature gems. So that should be pretty easy to do, also in the free mode. So we're going to teleport real quick here. Oh, that's cool. And once I want to travel here, you can see that we have 4 stages. Stage 0, which is free. Stage 1, where I have to pay for fuel. Krypton is a type of fuel that can be bought or sold on an exchange. Now let's go to buy fuel and see how much money we have to spend if we want to play the later stages in the game. Now, the stages themselves, they're exactly the same. Stage 0, 1, 2, and 3, they look the same, but we would be able to capture higher yield Illuvials and get higher tier items in the later stages. So we're going to start with the free version with stage 0, because obviously I'm at the very beginning of the game. You can't just jump to stage 1 without clearing stage 0 first, because we're not gonna have good enough items and equipment to even do anything in stage 1. So we need 150 to travel once, which is $1.27. That's how much we need to pay in order to get this fuel. Now, some people find this infuriating, and I have seen creators on X and creators on YouTube, and also people from the Telegram group being furious at this. And here's what I said. First Web3 game that I've played that feels like a real game. I can't even lie, I'm really enjoying Illuvium. But then DD replied, you also have to spend money on fuel to progress. And 3 dots, well, 2 dots, meaning like, oh, you also need to pay to progress. Which is okay, I understand. No game has ever done this before. But here was my reply. I always wanted Web3 games to experiment, not be the same as Web2 games in that sense, but also have the Web2 game feel when you're playing it. Web2 people may not like this. You know who's gonna love this? EA and Ubisoft when they see it. No, I'm just joking. In my opinion, I have no problem paying this, especially if we're gonna get airdrop rewards in return. So I will be playing the later stages myself. I understand if some people are infuriated by this, but here's just my thoughts on this. I always wanted a Web3 game to feel Web3, to have something new, to experiment. This is something that no one has tried before. Whether people are gonna be satisfied with it or not remains to be seen. For now, from what I've seen, and I've not even gotten to these stages yet, this is literally my first impressions, but my thoughts on this are that this is great. It's something new, and it's something I wanted since Web3 games have started, to feel something that's a little bit different. Am I gonna spend some money on it? Sure. I spend money on most Web3 games. I buy an NFT here and there. In Web 2 games, I buy the game outright. Maybe some people would have preferred to buy this game outright instead of paying for fuel, but the fuel, you can also mine it in Illuvium 0. You can't mine enough in order to play Illuvium Overworld, but you can mine enough in order to sell it to Illuvium Overworld players like myself, and so you can also earn money that way in Illuvium 0 through your phone. Now keep in mind, this is the fuel cost for the stage 1. Stage 2 and stage 3 are even more expensive, but this is just $1.27. Anyway, stage 3 is 1,350, so it's $11.41 at current Ethereum values. At least I think it scales off Ethereum. I'm not sure. So if you're one of those players that doesn't like this, you don't have to do it. You can just play the stage 0 for free. There are missions you can do. There are missions I'm gonna do now, like collecting the plants. I can always press J on my keyboard and open the mission section. So I need 3 Flora balls to finish this quest. Basically, I'm gonna get just 2 points for this. I need those Flora balls anyway, but these are just the daily quests. What about the weekly? The weekly quests. I need to catch 30 Tabir morphopods, 15 encounters in stage 2, so you do need to pay for this in stage 2, and then forge a tidal flail for 36,000 points. Whoa! Yeah, I definitely want this. How do I craft this? So stage 2, which is actually much cheaper than stage 4, is $3.81. So I need to have 15 encounters in stage 2. I don't think that I can have 15 encounters in one go. I do think I'm gonna need to pay for this fuel 2 times. And in return, I'm gonna get 840 points. Now, how will that translate money-wise? Well, we know that in pre-season 1, 426,000 points equaled to 6.64 ILV tokens. So if the point system remains the same, which I'm not sure it will, but we can have some sort of math here. I'm sure some people who are better than Inspector at math can figure out how much 1,000 points was worth in pre-season 1. What I do know for a fact, I will get some money specifically for Illuvium, and I will try to grind this game as long as it's fun for me, as long as it's interesting. And then once it's not interesting anymore, I will stop, and hopefully the airdrop will cover what I have spent. And if not, that's also fine, because I am enjoying this game. And if a game is free to play, even Web 2 games, this was one of... Oh, where did it go? Where did my Illuvium go? No, that's not it. That's a different one. Oh, man. Oh, there's so many more Illuvials now than in the beta. One of the things they said they would add is that you can have your own Illuvials follow you around in the overworld, and then some of the Illuvials on the map that you encounter will also be aggro towards you, so you will have to fight them. But anyway, I have captured this one. We're gonna go into the arena to finish my previous point. If I really liked a Web 2 game, I would buy skins. I would spend money. I would think that, okay, if this game is free to play, like Valorant, for example, and I'm having so much fun playing it, they deserve my money. They deserve to get something from me to keep the game going. And I just want to support the ecosystem. So I'm trying to have the same mindset with these Web 3 games, especially with Illuvium. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this game now. On top of me enjoying the game, I have a chance of earning the money I have invested back. Will I earn it back? Will I make huge profits? Or will I come out short and not have more than I have invested for the fuel? That remains to be seen after the airdrop is done. So the airdrop lasts until the 1st of September, and I guess then we'll know. I'll tell you exactly when I make another video about Season 1. This is how much I have spent, this is how much I have earned, and this is how much fun I have had while doing this. If I had fun, I will be okay with losing some money as well, because at the end of the day, I'm supporting a Web3 ecosystem here, but we are in the business of earning money at the end of the day. So you can play for free if you don't want to risk losing any money. But now to the conviction part, if you believe in Illuvium, if you believe in this ecosystem, then you can also pay for fuel to play the later stages in the game, hopefully get an even bigger airdrop, and at the same time also support Illuvium. So really the decision has to come from you, whether you think this will be worth it or not. In the beta, we only had the testnet token, so nobody paid anything in particular. Now we have to use actual real money. I have made the decision to do that, to use the money. Am I getting wrecked? Why am I getting wrecked here? What the hell? What? I got obliterated in stage 0? What the hell happened? My point is that this game is free to play, and you can try it out to see whether you think that it's something you will believe in, something you have conviction in doing really well. Because if it does, and you get the airdrop, and the token also goes up in price, maybe it'll go down, maybe it'll go up. We don't know. That's the thing. We can't know. There are some VC funds out there and huge investment firms who know how to read the market. We are just the retail. We're just the people here who are trying to grind and earn as much as we can on the side. decide. So whether you should buy the fuel, invest in Illuvium or not, is totally up to you. That's not a decision I can make for you. But I do want to look at the bull scenario here. From current prices to the all-time high, we have over 2,000% increase in price. Now, I do hold some Illuvium myself, but I am not sponsored by Illuvium to do this video. Now, the community member who has received 6.67 tokens, I think it was, I'm not gonna double check, it was around there, at all-time high prices, that's $12,279. That's actually insane. Will Illuvium go back to all-time high prices? I don't know. I hope so, but I don't know. Nobody knows. I did say in the beginning that the chart looks good, and I am sticking to that. As far as my limited technical knowledge is concerned, the Illuvium chart has found a bottom here at around $40, $39 to $40. That was the absolute bottom, and the absolute top we have is 1,900, almost 1,900. This is more or less the current resistance we have for the token, and it's in a nice upwards heading wedge. So even if we go from current prices to the top of the wedge, it's still 200% and around $200 per token. So we going back to the community member who's received 6.67 at 200 per token, that's $1,300 as an airdrop. It's not 12,000, but it's still pretty good. In my opinion, I wouldn't sell the token. They have staking, they have many things, many ways for you to use the token inside of the game. And while I do love to speculate, I am not a financial advisor who can tell you what to do with your money. I'm sorry. Fortunately, I can't. So from my perspective, I have been critical on Illuvium. I have hated on Illuvium in the past. I have loved Illuvium in the past. I have been covering this game since 2021. And now that it's officially out, I can say I love what they have built. I genuinely do. I'm very happy with everything this has to offer. If people are outraged that you have to pay for fuel prices, then just don't. Just play the free version. If you don't want to do that either, don't play it at all. There's so many games out there. You can play so many games. You know, this is the beauty of Web3 gaming right now. We have so many games. We have many great games that pay you outright from the first day of you starting to play. We have BR1 that does tournaments from Wednesday to Friday every single week, where you get 10 cents per each elimination. We have Brilliant Crypto that pays you in their own token just for mining, not like crypto mining, but in-game mining with a pickaxe. You have Pixels, you have Gods Unchained. You have so many play-to-earn games that give you tokens for playing it. So not play-to-airdrop like what Illuvium is doing. So many different things you can do if you don't like this. So it's okay not to like it. You don't have to. I do. I will play it until I get bored of it. And that's what gamers do. That's what I always did with Web2 gaming as well. I play a game, I get bored with it, move on to the next one. And that's okay. For games like this, Web3 games, I will put a little bit more time into them. Even once I don't find them as enjoyable anymore, I will keep grinding for that airdrop. So I will play this game, I will play Illuvium until September 1st to see from a monetary standpoint if it was worth it or not. And then I will also tell you how much I have enjoyed my time in it. That's it. Happy grinding. There's a link in the description down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, I'm leaving.